Google's new Nano Banana has changed the game for image editing and image generation in the real world today. You can use it for things like generating product images, your social media posts, and it has a very easy learning curve. And I believe it can replace a ton of time in Canva and Photoshop. So that way it saves you time, saves you money, and you can actually make money if you use this to sell services to other people. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you 11 real world use cases that you can use today. So before we get into the use cases, the first thing I need to do is show you how to access it. So I like to access it at aistudio.google.com. Right now, as of this recording, there's a bunch of free credits that you can get on a daily basis. Otherwise, you can use API, but this is a way that most people should feel very familiar with it. Once you get into Google AI Studio, you just click Try Nano Banana, and you will be prompting a large language model like usual. So let's dive into the first example. The first real world use case is going to be to create graphics for social media, emails, posts, etc. And that used to be really time consuming. And honestly, the image generation hasn't done a good job up until now. Let's go ahead and try one together. Okay, so this use case, I want to show you how to make images for social media posts, for your emails, whatever you need, your website. And a lot of times we see images that we like and we're like, oh, I wish I could have that image. And it takes so long to recreate it. Otherwise, you have to deal with copyright and the rest of those things. So here's what I did. I prompted it to give me a hand-drawn sketch style doodle with imperfect lines, black ink, and a white background. That sounds really specific. You don't need to be that specific. And the image, I wanted to show a small pebble on a path and next to it, a huge mountain. Label the pebble small mistake, label the mountain big catastrophe, and add a simple caption at the bottom to say don't confuse the two. And I asked it to make a style that feel like a notebook sketch, a minimal, clear, and playful style, similar to Gary Keller's The One Thing or illustration. Matt Gray has some great visuals as well. And this is what it spit out immediately with just based off the description. This is exactly what I was looking for. I could have had it be futuristic or anything else, but this is exactly what I was looking for, minus it spelled catastrophe wrong. This is one of the downsides of Nano Banana, so I wanted to show you how to fix it. You simply just cross it out on your computer. You can download it if you're on a Mac with Preview. Just cross it out. Put in the correct spelling. I told it in the red line, I crossed it out. It was spelled wrong. I put in the correct spelling. I put the correct spelling below it, but I wanted to match the size and location of the misspelled word previously, and it's done. Okay, so that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. This should save you a ton of time and energy. You can make all sorts of graphics, and you can actually upload graphic examples or examples of graphics that you like and tell it to make it in that style, and it does a great job for that. So the next use case is making a professional quality headshot. I'm guilty of not having a good headshot, and so many other people are as well. You use it for social media. You may have a team and you want everyone to look uniform. Here's an example. So what I did was upload a screenshot, which looks eerily similar to this video, and asked it to make a professional quality headshot image out of the attached image. A couple seconds later, here was the image, which is great. It's got good lighting. You can see, nothing is. I'll actually zoom in a little bit. I uploaded a low quality image, so it didn't upscale the image. I didn't ask it to, but I uploaded a low quality image, but you can see nothing is wrong there. You will see it has this little watermark down the bottom. It's very easy to do what they call generative fill or erase there. If you pay with the APIs, you can actually get rid of that. So let's go one step further here with the headshots. And you can see this was taken from a video and it had something over it. And you will find this happens often where you just want to remove part of the image. And I said, make a professional quality headshot out of the attached image. Do not change the facial expression and remove the black rectangle in words. And here we go. That's done. You can see it did a great job taking out the black rectangle in words, which were over my neck, and you would never be able to tell. So the next use case is really cool. This is a tremendous time saver. Here in this example, I said, make a high converting YouTube thumbnail in the style of Alex Hormozi, an internet marketer who has gained a lot of fame over the last few years, with the person in the image above. I took the image above here, and I said the video is going to be about 10 insane real world use cases for Nano Banana, but Nano Banana should be the main words on the thumbnail. That's all I gave it. And this to me is absolutely shocking. One prompt, a couple seconds later, it pulled out Nano Banana 10 insane real world use cases. The wording is correct. Everything is accurate there. It took my face and it actually put one of those internet marketing, oh my goodness, images on it. And that is excellent. So for anybody who uses that, Nano Banana excels at that. And let's say I wanted to match my brand colors. I didn't give it a brand color. I said just change the purple accent color to medium dark blue, but modern. Keep the background images themselves intact. and boom, done. It was absolutely incredible. I wouldn't change anything about that. All right, so the next use case is then to take an image that you have for one platform in one size and proportion and just change it so that it can be good for other platforms. So here I uploaded my Nano Banana image that I created before, my YouTube thumbnail, and I also uploaded a blank file that is the size of an Instagram post as an example. And I said, take the Nano Banana image and create an Instagram post. I've attached a file with Instagram file dimensions, and it went ahead and it made this. And you can see this is not just cutting things; it's actually moving things, reformatting things, and it is just absolutely incredible. You used to have to pay a significant amount of money to get that done. And the next use case is going to be to take an image and change the background. So if you want to use this for your marketing to maybe sometimes land a clients, if you wanted to put yourself in different locations, maybe you want to use that for some B-roll footage or some images, this is a great way to replace the background and to be able to create an image that is accurate for you, that just looks like you're in a different location. So I said, take the attached image and put in a photorealistic modern office with windows. The office should be branded with my brand and match the color and feel of the attached image. Do not change the facial expression. So I found it funny to look at my face like this. And here's the output a couple seconds later. That looks realistic. That's photorealistic. It has the branding in the back. Notice how that matches the lighting here. I really like that. And it just, did it with one single prompt there. So this is one of those use cases that if you want to put yourself in a different office, in a different location, in a different city, inside, outside, this is a really powerful image generation. So the next use case is to take a picture of a product or something that you have, and we are going to try and create a studio quality image from it as if you're selling e-commerce, and you can actually do a bunch of different things with this as well. So I uploaded a picture of an old cup that I have, and I said, take the attached image and put the real Dr. Dan logo on it. So I branded it and created a professional e-commerce style product image. Here's the image it spit out, which is absolutely amazing. The next thing I did was say, remove the background and anything other than the cup with the logo. And here's what I have. So, you can see some reflections here. You see a little bit of a shadow here. It's got a white background because I wasn't specific about it. This is almost like you popped it into a studio and we're able to record this. Notice how these wrap and they look real. That's incredible. The next use case is if you have an area that is not furnished and but you like the background, or you wanted to be able to show what it would look like first, like if it's for an event or for a home, here's something you can do. I uploaded this picture, and this was a stock photograph. And I said, take the empty event space and stage it for a wedding with purple uplighting, round tables, white tablecloths, and fancy chairs. And here is the image it gave us. This honestly could be real. We have shadows from different lights. We have the uplighting, and all of a sudden our empty blank space looks a lot better. Okay, and that's a great use case for this as well. I can imagine that being very useful for some people. Now I said, now add people to the image as if the event is in progress. Imagine if you have a restaurant or you wanted to simulate an event, or you needed to add a few extra people to the event to make the photograph look good. Here is what it did. And you would have to look very, very closely to inspect this image and say that there's something wrong with it. I think it looks accurate. It did more than I can imagine that it would, and this would be very hard to do. So here's another use case. This is where we're going to take an image that you have, perhaps of yourself or somebody else, and create an anime-style character out of the person in the image, full body, maybe a samurai, but upscaled. That is what I put for my prompt. But the idea here that I want to show is, I don't really watch that much anime. My wife does, but I am trying to show that the character can stay the same from image to image. So that's what we're going to show you. That way, if you're someone who creates some sort of series, or you want your character to stay the same in different images, it could absolutely do that. So here's what I popped out a few seconds later. It actually put my real face on there because this prompt was not accurate, but that's pretty good, okay? And then here's the next one. I said, make the face anime style as well, not a photo. Great. So now this character is one that if I wanted to use this ongoing in different images for my website, for social media, etc., I could do that. And this character is always going to look the same. So what I did was say, make this character kneel down, getting a crown, put on his head by another character on the mountain, and remove the real Dr. Dan branding. And This is the same character as the image above. He has green here. The sword is the same. All the armor is the same here, and it did absolutely everything we would want. So if you take a look, that character is going to be the same character. See the green around the knees, everything is the same. And that's what I wanted to show you is if you want to have the same character from image to image, this can absolutely do it. So this is something that I really like. If you take pictures of an event that you host, but you have, let's say people's heads in the foreground, or if you're missing some of the other speakers that were on stage, a lot of times you can see over here, we have a professional photographer that was here at this event that we put on. This is my friend, Tom Burns. He has the Rich Life Mastermind where he helps people build wealth. Great guy. And we have him up on stage talking. And we also had Robert Kiyosaki there. So Robert Kiyosaki is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 50 plus million copies, I think. And then we had someone else. It was a famous CPA called Tom Wheelwright. All great people, absolutely amazing. But what we didn't have was an excellent picture of all three up there together. It just didn't turn out right. We had the photograph, but it didn't turn out right. And what I wanted was to have all three speakers on the stage at the same time. That's literally the prompt. And I just uploaded these two images for it. And there we go. You can see what happened here. It moved Robert Kiyosaki over to the left side. It moved Tom Wheelwright over to here, and then it placed Tom Burns right there in the middle. And we still have these heads here, right? But all of a sudden now we have all three people here at the same page. And then I just make the gentleman in the purple jacket slightly shorter than he is now. He looked a little tall to me. And I said, remove the people in the foreground, and you can see it didn't do it, right? So what I had to do was be a little bit more specific and said, remove the extraneous foreground items. Most of them are marked in red in the attached image. I want a clean picture of the stage and speakers. And I wanted to show you real world how it's working right now. Again, only a few seconds. This would have taken a long time. It got rid of 2 out of the 4 people here. And what is absolutely wild was it was able to do that. And then I would just have to go back and mark these in red, because I actually didn't mark them in red, to remove these 2 people as well. I want to show you real world how this works, but that's going to save you so much time. And now we have a picture that is, historically truthful. All 3 of them were there at the same time. We had some pictures. We just didn't have the one that we liked. So that's something that you can use in the real world. And here's another use case. This literally took me 90 minutes to 2 hours a few weeks before Nano Banana came out. So making product images. So if you sell digital products, or if you sell products and you want to kind of bundle them all together, you're very familiar with those product bundle images. They're difficult to make and they take time to make, or you're paying for additional software. Here, you can just upload flat images of 3 things, and you can then put a prompt where I say, can you make a nice combined product bundle mockup shot for an info product with all the 3 resources combined? The large one can be on a computer screen. And I said the tax strategy workshop, and 3 can be a 3D book, and the other can be on an iPhone. And here's what it spit out for me seconds later. I cannot tell you how much time, how amazing that is. If I wanted to remove the background, I would literally say just remove the background, or be more specific here in my prompt. That is incredible. I'm going to show you some bonus use cases here. This is beyond what some people might want to do, but it is incredible. Let me just show you how to do things in bulk. So if you handle many images, if you want to generate many different images at a time, you can actually use the Google AI Studio and click over here and build. And what this does, it might be scary for some people, but you literally have to know no code whatsoever. And all you do is you put in a prompt here, and it ends up at building the application that you want right here inside of Google AI Studio. And you can share it with your team as well. I use this for internally making our processes much faster. So I've already built the app. It's a different video. I'll show you how to do that in a different video. So this is an example of taking multiple photos and making products out of them. Okay. So this is the app that I previously built. I had just typed in here and told it what I wanted it to do. Takes a few minutes to do that. It auto fixes any errors, so you don't have to worry about it. And if you wanted to view this in a full screen mode, this is what it would look like. So I'm going to drag a few photos here and edit photos in bulk. And I am going to take my friend who owns Maddie McGee's. He has some dog treats here, and he has some images that I will show you. And these images have a kind of a gray background to them, right? And we wanted to make them look a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and upload those images for him. All right, so here's the prompt. And this is a pre-built prompt in there, so my team never has to worry about what to write there. And I just hit start enhancing 3 items, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to see the results. What I'm looking for is e-commerce style images here. All right, a couple seconds later, I told it to go on a gray background. I never even paused the video, or if I did, it was for a second or two. And here is what we have. So we took this and put it on a gray background. This looks professional. The other ones look exactly the same, which is awesome. Now I can update my website and it can not have that background if that's something I wanted to do. So another use case is if I take this product that has the gray background and I wanted to place it somewhere. This is made out in Bozeman, Montana. And I wanted to create a photorealistic image of the beef liver treat bag outdoors, clearly in Bozeman, Montana, so the locals would know it, right? And let's say this is a social media post as an example. So a couple of seconds later, this is what we see. And it is, I mean, that looks extremely realistic. Somebody would have to really dive in to try and find the idea that this is not sitting here on a picnic table. So if you're somebody who has products and you want to place them somewhere, or you want to put your products in someone's hand or in a different location, this is an excellent use case for it. And another bonus use case for this is to edit images in bulk for social media. You may use this all the time. So this was built in the Google AI Studio. It took about 5 to 10 minutes to build. I had to know no code whatsoever. And what I wanted to do was to take a starting image and competitor images for YouTube thumbnails as an example, and then show me 5 different iterations, and then allow me to make them better right here in this app. I'm going to give this to my team and they can use it and save a whole bunch of time. Okay. So that was the idea behind this. So I'm going to drop my main image here, and I don't even have a main image from this thumbnail, and I don't have other thumbnails to give it in this example. So I'm just going to upload an image that I have so it knows my face and it knows, some brand or whatnot, right? And then I'm going to add in the competitor images. And here are the competitor images that are on YouTube for Nano Banana, okay? And there are probably plenty of others. I just grabbed a few. The thumbnail instructions can be built in, or you can copy and paste them in. And it just basically says, make me a great YouTube thumbnail for people interested in Nano Banana. Use my default image. Make sure the words stand out. Make sure it's likely to clicks. And I'm going to say, keep my face exactly the same. You can make it have different things if you wanted to. I just want to see my face be exactly the same in this one. All right. And a few seconds later, it's going to generate the images down below. And here are the images. So this Nano Banana one here, we'll take a look. Kept my face exactly the same. Put me in the same type of background. It did have the branding, which I'm going to ask to remove if I use that one. This one changed my face, so it didn't listen, right? But it did a little bit of a different style because I gave it no style. I really like this one here. So Nano Banana is insane. My mind is blown. I might use that one here. And I don't know that I would make any changes to it. I'm going to try and make some changes. This one looks pretty good as well. Nano Banana is unreal. Future Tech Explained, that's pretty good. So let's use this one as an example. And I'm going to edit it right here. Change the subheadline to 11 real world use cases. And I can just refine this thumbnail here. It's going to replace that thumbnail. So if I wanted to save that thumbnail, I would download it. But here you can see how quickly I can save my team so much time, and I can change the prompts or do anything that I want. So let's make this, I didn't think it did it. So it's 11 real world use cases. I mean, I would use that for a YouTube thumbnail right there and then. You can see how much time and energy that would save you or your team. And again, this whole thing took 5 minutes to build. If you want some of those resources, I'll have them in that free school community. All right, so those are the ways that I wanted to show you how to use Nano Banana in the real world. Obviously, if we're using AI, it's fun. You want to be able to enjoy it, but you want it to be able to produce more time, be able to increase the amount of money that you make, right? Or save you a whole bunch of money as well. So I really believe that Nano Banana can do all of those things. If you'd like a full resource and guide that shows you more ways that you can use Nano Banana, as well as the updates, because even after I record this video, things are going to continue to update. Just click the link in the description. There's a free school community, no catch, and I will see you there. And of course, if you liked this video, please subscribe, hit a like, and I will see you in the next one.